Why don't some animals play poker in the wild? Too many cheaters? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a world where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, where the mundane becomes marvelous. We're talking about the delightful, amusing world of our domestic divas, our pets and farm animals. Did you know, for instance, that cows have best friends and they get stressed when they're separated? Yes, it's true. Just like us, these bovine beauties cherish their friendships. They form deep bonds with their fellow cows, and when they're separated, they show signs of stress. It's a reminder that animals, just like humans, crave companionship and social interaction. And speaking of interaction, here's another fascinating fact. Goats have accents. That's right, just like humans, goats develop accents based on their surroundings. So a goat in Texas might have a different bar than a goat in New York. It's a testament to the adaptability and social nature of these creatures. But let's not forget about our porcine pals, the pigs. These chubby charmers are way smarter than we give them credit for. In fact, they're smarter than dogs and can even play video games. Yes, pigs can be trained to use joysticks, and they can understand the concept of winning and losing. So don't be too surprised if you find your pet pig beating your high score in your favorite video game. Our domestic animals are a constant source of joy, amusement and surprise. They're more than just pets or livestock. They're our companions, our friends, our entertainers. They make us laugh. They make us cry, and they make us realize the beauty and diversity of life on our wonderful planet. So next time you see your pet pig playing Fortnite, don't be surprised. After all, in the endearing and entertaining world of our domestic divas, anything is possible. What do you call a dog magician? A labracadabrador. Now, let's delve into the whimsical world of pet parades. Picture this. It's a sunny afternoon and the streets are filled with the pitter-patter of tiny paws, the flutter of feathery wings and the soft padding of feline feet. It's a delightful spectacle, a parade of our beloved pets, each one exhibiting their unique quirks and endearing qualities. Let's start with our canine companions. Did you know that dogs have a superpower? They can smell their owner's feelings. Yes, you heard it right. Dogs can detect a change in their owner's scent, which helps them sense their emotional state. So the next time you're feeling a bit blue, don't be surprised if your furry friend comes over for a comforting cuddle. And then we have our feline friends, the cats. These mysterious creatures are capable of producing around 100 different sounds. From the soft purring when they're content to the loud, demanding meow for food, cats certainly know how to express themselves. Their vocal range is quite impressive, and is surpassed only by their ability to sleep anywhere and everywhere. But the star of our pet parade has to be the tech-savvy parrot, a feathery Einstein, if you will. There's a story about a parrot who, believe it or not, ordered items from Amazon using Alexa. This clever bird learned to mimic its owner's voice and commanded Alexa to order its favorite treats. Now that's a bird with a taste for online shopping. These funny stories remind us of the joy and laughter our pets bring into our lives. They are more than just animals. They are our companions, our confidants, and often the source of our best anecdotes. Their antics, their intelligence, and their undeniable charm make our lives richer and our hearts fuller. So, the next time you're having a rough day, remember these stories. Look into the eyes of your pet and see the love and happiness they bring. And remember, if your parrot starts asking Alexa for a new cage, it might be time for an upgrade. What do you call a fish wearing a crown? A kingfish, but in Africa we call it dinner. Let's dive into the African antics, where the animal kingdom is as amusing as it is awe-inspiring. Picture this, a majestic elephant standing before a mirror, its trunk gently brushing the surface. You'd think it's marveling at its own reflection, and you'd be right. Elephants, my dear friends, are among the few creatures that can recognize themselves in a mirror. Quite the self-aware bunch, aren't they? Now let's talk about the skyscrapers of the savannah, the giraffes. These long-necked wonders are the epitome of making every moment count. They only need between 5 to 30 minutes of sleep in a 24-hour period. One could almost imagine them sipping on endless cups of coffee to keep up with their sleepless schedule. But no, it's all natural. They just have a knack for power napping, standing up with eyes wide open. Talk about living life on the edge. Moving on to the kings of the jungle, the lions. Now they've got a voice to match their regal status. A lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. Imagine a voice that could rival a rock concert, all without the need for speakers or microphones. That's the lion for you, nature's very own rock star. But here's a fun twist. Despite their fierce reputation, lions are actually quite the social butterflies of the wild. They live in groups called prides, and the males often roar to communicate their location to other prides. So the next time you hear a distant roar, it's probably not a hungry lion on the prowl. More likely it's just a friendly feline asking for directions. So from self-aware elephants, sleep-deprived giraffes, to the loud and sociable lions, Africa's wildlife is a delightful mix of fun and fascinating antics. Truly, there's never a dull moment in this vibrant continent's animal kingdom. So if you hear a roar, don't worry. It's probably just a lion asking for directions. Why don't birds use Facebook? They already tweet enough. And speaking of our feathered friends, let's dive straight into the wild wonders of the animal kingdom, shall we? Imagine drifting off to sleep hand in hand with your loved one to prevent a nightly separation. Sound romantic? Well, sea otters have been doing this for ages. That's right. These fuzzy mariners have the sweetest slumber parties in the ocean. When they doze off on their backs amidst the waves, they often hold hands to keep from drifting apart. Now, isn't that utterly adorable? Moving on to the land down under, we find the kangaroo, an animal that's quite the hoppity-hop superstar. But did you know that despite their athletic prowess, kangaroos can't walk backwards? It's true, their muscular tail and hind legs make a backward stroll impossible. So, if you ever find yourself in a bind with a kangaroo, remember to zigzag, because they can't hop backwards either. Now let's take a detour to the world of reptiles. Did you know that crocodiles are one of the longest living creatures on the planet? Oh yes, these prehistoric predators can live up to a whopping 100 years. That's a century worth of sunbathing and snapping jaws. They've been around since the time of dinosaurs, so they must be doing something right, wouldn't you say? Our wild wonders are not just funny, they're also fascinating, aren't they? They make our world an incredibly diverse and entertaining place. It's a constant comedy show out there in the wild, a never-ending parade of peculiarities, and we're merely spectators to the grand performance. So, the next time you're feeling a bit down, just remember these wild wonders and their amusing antics. They're proof that nature has a fantastic sense of humour. And remember, if a kangaroo is chasing you, just zigzag. They can't walk backwards. Scene script. Let's roll back and laugh at some of the funniest moments we just shared. Do you recall the amusing tale of the cheetahs playing poker in the heart of the African savannah? Yes, those fast felines were caught bluffing, outwitted by a crafty warthog with a royal flush. The look on their faces was priceless, a true snapshot of the wild's unpredictability turning the tables in the most humorous way. Then there was the Labracadabrador, the enchanting domestic diva whose tricks were nothing short of magical. One moment it was chasing its tail, the next, poof, it was making treats disappear into thin air. It was a spectacle that had us all chuckling and wondering if perhaps Hogwarts has a kennel we hadn't heard of. And how could we forget about our feathered friend, the parrot with a knack for technology? This clever bird learnt how to order its favourite snacks from Alexa. While we humans struggle to get our online orders right, this parrot had it all figured out, chirping away commands and ensuring it never ran out of sunflower seeds. Speaking of clever creatures, let's not forget the kingfish, the ruler of the aquarium, with its crown-like fins. The joke was on us when we realised it was more of a jester, making faces at its own reflection and swimming in the most erratic patterns. It was a royal comedy unfolding in the underwater kingdom. And the Facebook birds, those social media savvy sparrows tweeting away, each chirp a status update. They were a hilarious reminder that nature has its own version of every human invention, even social networks. These humorous glimpses into the animal kingdom have hopefully brightened your day, reminding you that laughter is indeed universal. So, keep your eyes open and your heart light, because humor is everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Remember, the world is full of hilarious animal antics, you just have to know where to look.